Many Bothans died looking at these rosters. Greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your favorite Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, here with another episode of Roster Mania, where we look at all the fun, wild, weird, crazy, wacky, and maybe even awesome rosters in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, including maybe even cheaters sometimes. But we're gonna stay away from the cheaters now. We did a cheating video yesterday, kind of fun. Don't want to get I don't want to go down in the muck all the time. So he's got some fun rosters today. So Slayin' Alive brings us this one. It's the weirdest Carbonite 3 roster he's ever seen. Now Carbonite 2. Let's take a look at this thing. And he says the mods alone. So we'll take a look at the mods after we look at the roster. Well, this is a very... This is one of those rosters you see in Carbonite 2 or Carbonite 3, and you just throw your hands up in the air and go, why? Why is this guy allowed in Carbonite 2 or 3? But we can see down here, I mean, we got K2SO at Relic 1, Luminara at Relic 2, Young Lando at Relic 3, just complete randomness, Luke Skywalker, Omicron, Kira's at Relic 3. Randomness abounds. Let's go down and see who he's not. Talia's Relic 1, then you got characters like Jolie Bindo. Let's find important characters that are just sitting there on the sidelines. Padme, Jedi Counselor's Relic 1, that's tremendous. Qui-Gon Jinn is, whatever, Gear 11. Bastila Shan is, do we have Jedi Knight Revan? Let's take a look and see if he's farmed Jedi Knight Revan. Yes, hallelujah. Hallelujah, boys and girls. Jedi Knight Revan is on the roster at Relic 2. Let's look at those mods on there. We got a set of offense mods and 51 speed. Yeah, just not really great. Protection, no speed. Offense, and 20. That is pretty funny. Now, that's kind of funny. Like, you've actually got 24 speed. You got speed mods in here, and the application is just weird. Let's tell you what. Let's back out of here. We can see what's going on with the roster. We just see there's a bunch of. It's a top-heavy roster. We got Omicron and Savage, though, so, you know, a little bit of... Sorry, some really good stuff mixed in there. I was going to say something maybe a little bit too cruel, and I don't want to be a complete jerk. It's just, you know, the roster doesn't make a lot of sense. We got Chirpa at Gear 13. I don't think I've said Gear 13 in a while. I have, I guess, but man, a lot of Gear 13 here. A lot of Relic 1 and Gear 13 characters up and down this roster. Let's sort it by speed and take a look at some of these mods. Moff Gideon's at the top. He's Gear 13, and he's just got a straight-up health set and an extra 24 speed. So the only thing carrying Moff Gideon to the top of this roster for his mods is just his base speed. His base speed is doing all of the work. He's got a 10, and a 4, something like that in there. So yeah, just we're not going to see any speed mods applied here. We do have that one mod with 24 speed on it. Old Daka, number 3 for the speed. You don't see that every day. Modded for speed. You don't see that every day. You generally would see Old Daka modded for, you know, like, I guess this person loves Old Daka. Well, congratulations on loving Old Daka, and maybe it's best for your mentality and your collector, the way you want to do it. Let's pop to the bottom of this roster, and let's see. Everybody is level 85. Everyone, and most people are at least... Holdo is not 7 stars. Hang on, let's take the speed sort off here. Okay, so we got the new characters. They're faster than the old ones. So, yeah, I mean, just a collector. Just a straight-up collector. Enjoy your collecting, but unfortunately, maybe Carbonite 2 is where you belong. And I guess that's where we get in Carbonite 2. Our roster's at 1 million, and we throw our hands up in the air, but it's like, well, we got about a 50-50 chance of beating this guy, even in Carbonite 2. So it's hard to argue that, even though the optics of it are pretty rough. All right, this one comes to us from Altair. 7.5 million with no GLs, no meta fleets, and really weird mods. So... yeah, and a Bronzium 3 for this account, but it's so hard to see an account. We got Darth Revan, Jedi Revan, we got the Malik, we got Padme. We're at 7.6 million in Bronzium 3, no GLs, and we got a bunch of Gear 12s mixed in there, of course. And we get to the bottom of the roster, and everybody on here is, except for IG-12 and Captain Drogon, everybody is at least Gear 8 and level 85, all the way down, and Cup. You know, if you're going to do something, I guess you would fix your Cup, or this community might be very... I mean, we all know that Cup is OP, blah, blah, blah. You guys and your memes, I don't really get the whole thing, but, you know, that's Boomer. Yes, thank you, Boomer. Whoa, Omicron's on Kyle Katarn and Marin. Thumbs up. You know what, man? More power to you. And this is gonna be a little theme here today. I think we're gonna see a lot of rosters that are completed down to the bottom, And we may have a really big one at the end, so stay tuned. And I think that at the end of this one, we're going to see a really fun roster that's got this strategy, this farming strategy perfected, and it looks really pretty. So swgoh Press, no Omicron, but hey, Marin's got it, and Kyle Katarn's got his Omicron, so bully. A lot of Gear 12. I saw Arc Trooper Gear 12, Bad Batcher Gear 11. You know what? Just a collector. Although they're actually farming some real teams here. Let's look at, again, maybe we'll look at Jedi Knight Revan's all day. This team is weird. Mission Vow is Relic 5. Maybe they're doing Rise of the Empire territory battles. Isn't she a requirement for that? Or am I not thinking properly? I don't know. How about that Sith Empire? We got a KOTOR fan? Possibly. Just kind of farming. Let's look at these mods on Darth Revan. And there you go. There you go. That's the mods of a collector. That's the mods of a collector. 69 speed. Yeah, that's what's going on there. I mean, it is what... I'm going to make sure they're not all at 69 speed. They're not. Okay. I thought maybe they'd all have extra. Yeah, offense, health, crit damage, defense, health. Just throwing mods on. Just throwing mods on. Hanging out in Bronzium 3, or excuse me, what are they on? Yeah, Bronzium 3 with a 7.6 million roster with mods that don't really make any sense. A roster has no Galactic Legends on it. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. That's actually 4 health mods there on CLS and 27 extra speed, so we're looking good. Let's take a look at those ships, because they mentioned that just none of the big ships, although we do have Negotiator, we do have Malevolence, we got a Chimera, we got Finalizer finished. Well, let's look at those ships in there. How's the Separatist fleet? Hey, you know what, guys? This is better than half of your Separatist fleets. At least half. This is better than at least half of the Separatist fleets I see every day. So, very nice. Nicely done. This fleet could do some work. I'd love to have this fleet on my hands. You could bring me this, and I'd be a happy camper. And I would certainly move out of Bronzium 3. But let's take a look at Galactic Republic here. Again, this fleet is looking better than a lot of your Galactic Republic fleets. Y-Wing is done. Yeah, so you know what? The fleets aren't there's no big fleets in there, but we got TIE Defender being worked on, I assume. A lot of ships farmed and a lot of collections done that a lot of you guys don't have out there. So the fleets actually don't bother me as much as just kind of farm. But you know what? Hey, if you're going to be a farmer, farm away, have some fun, enjoy yourself. Be'lakor sends us a roster that is 4 million Galactic Power with only 4 relic characters. Well, let's take a look. In Carbonite 2, we're at 4.3 million, and okay, so these guys are Gear 13, Bastila and Canderous Ordo. Hey, KOTOR fans are this game is filthy with KOTOR fans. That's all I gotta say. Just everywhere. A Gear 11, Commander Luke Skywalker. I don't know why. Palpatine is actually Relic 6 on this, so let's take a look at Palps. We'll review his mods. Hey, it's a speed set and a potency set. We're stepping up in the world. 6 speed with some protection. That's what it should be. Protection, I think, make that potency. But hey, that's not the worst mod set I've ever seen. That's not so horrible. So Palpatine's looking good. Let's look at Vader's mods just for fun. Well, speed's not my favorite, but you know, if it's his crit damage, it is. No, why do we do this? Why do we do this? Yeah, now we're going south. Palpatine's got the best mods on the roster. Palpatine is the character. Palpatine dominates this roster. Bastila, Canderous. Everybody else is Gear 12. Let's go to the bottom again on this one. Level 85 for everybody. You know, it's very, very common. I think the deal is that it's very, very common for folks that are just collecting the game and just playing the game. They're just casually playing the game and having some fun and enjoying themselves, to have every character at level 85. And I think it's actually a goal. So for people that are just kind of casually cruising along, playing the game, entering Grand Arena, and enjoying Grand Arena, but not really maybe doing a lot, making a lot of effort there, not watching farming guys, everything, I think it's very, very common for these folks to just level every character to level 85 the second they can. They probably have no credits right now to take IG-12 to level 85. And then just slowly farm their way up and throw mods on wherever they want and just farm the characters they want. And honestly, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I think that the mental health acuity of these people is tremendous. They've avoided the addiction or the constant logins or the 3 or 4 accounts that some of us have going on, and they've just managed to just enjoy the game for what it is. They love Star Wars. They're collecting the characters they want to collect. And I'm going to give a big shout out to this player here. What's their name? This player is... I don't know. I'm not even sure. Is that Korean? I don't know what language that is. I have no idea. So they're not in a guild, but they do seem to be active. They got IG-12 on the roster, so it's an active player. Just kind of hanging out and doing what they want to do. All right, I'm told by the B4 Tier 3X. I don't know what that is. The B4 Tier 3X. He's got Malgus and Malik at G12, not Relict. It has Maul and Sign of Django at Gear 12. And his 7-star Jedi Council. So Jedi Council outdoes all these guys for, who's our player? Man, this is not a bad roster. This is a good roster here. K-Rock, Decepticles. It's kind of, I guess it sounds a little dirtier than it is. Decepticles. I don't think there's anything off about that, but it sounds like it's. Let's look at the ships first. What's he got going on with ships? So, yeah, none of the big fleets there. I'm going to look at your Separatists. I like looking at these. And, yeah, working on better than a lot of you guys out there still. Okay, so we got 3 Galactic Legends, 7 million. We got Drogon. We got all the stuff in here. Let's look at these Sith Empire. What's going on? What's going on? So, yeah, just not working on Sith Empire at all. Although you have to... See, I'm a little perplexed here. Like, if you're going to activate Darth Malgus, and you're gonna throw a couple Omicrons on him, and you're gonna get his Zetas. Why? Maybe this account. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say that they're focusing on Sith Empire now after years of not really focusing on Sith Empire. So let's just say that they've decided to take a step back, and now they're gonna dial in on that Sith Empire team. Let's look at the Old Republic. How are they looking? So, out of all the KOTOR stuff we've seen so far, this person is kind of the anti-KOTOR, and these two are just purchased with the Radis bundles. That's all that these two are about. The rest of these guys are just not developed. So, just kind of really not developing KOTOR at all, except for the Revans. And I mean, I get it. I see what's going on. We got Droidica Omicron down there, which is not a bad thing to have. Yeah, I just don't understand. You got a really big roster here at 7 million, but a lot of unfinished stuff. Savage isn't finished. We can, but hey, this person is at least on the ball, has some idea what they're doing. They're keeping track of that. Got a 69 core. There you go. Some of you be happy about that. Now, let's take a look at some mods here real quick on Jedi Master Kenobi, or Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. He's modded somewhat for protection. Not a lot. It's an okay mod set there. I didn't look at the speed, I guess. Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, modded for offense, which I think is kind of secondary. Not much speed at all. 90 speed. So, yeah, lacking a lot of speed with the crit damage in there, but just a little interesting that they've left the Old Republic and the Sith Empire on the shelf while actually, relicking up Revan and Darth Revan. Although Jedi Knight Revan goes on the Jedi Master Luke team, Darth Revan does not have a home right now, and just hopefully they're working on Sith Empire going forward. All right, this roster comes to us from Merrick. He says, "Found this guy in my new guild. He has a strange roster, that's for sure." Okay, well, Dennis, you may have a strange roster. Carbonite 5, I think you actually start in Carbonite 4, don't you? So maybe he's dropped down. I could be wrong about that. The Dark Dutch. Ooh, the Dark Dutch. Let's look at this strange roster for sure. Well, that is strange. Ezra coming home. Hey, you know what? Dennis loves Ezra. Don't fault Dennis. He loves Ezra. What are you gonna do to him? You can't really say anything bad about Dennis. He's just got a love affair going on with Ezra. It's his favorite guy, and doesn't like anybody else. This guy. If Ezra Bridger was a person in this guy's town, he would be following Ezra Bridger everywhere he goes. He'd keep a little notebook. Okay, today 7:32 a.m. Ezra gets into his car. 7:37 a.m. Ezra pulls into the Starbucks drive-thru. 7:41, Ezra gets a half-calf latte. 7:42, Ezra pulls over in the parking lot. Ooh, eating a cinnamon roll. I didn't notice it. Yeah, so this guy would have a notebook on Ezra. Sorry, Dennis. I'm sorry, Dennis. That's really funny. You know what? I actually, I'm going to give a huge shout out to Dennis. I have a strong appreciation for what's going on here. We got a Relic Ezra. It carried him through the Thrawn battle. I just can't imagine his mods are looking strong. A speed mod, a health mod, a 2-dot offense mod, a 4-dot defense mod, and a potency mod, and he has 16 speed. Yeah, so just having the Relic Ezra carried him through to get 7-star Thrawn. So Really, guys, if you want that 7-star Thrawn and you don't have good mods, just relic Ezra, and you'll be in great shape there. You'll be in great shape. So that's definitely a unique roster. Definitely a unique roster. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up on this one. This one came to me from Cyberblock. He's one of my mods, and the message says all characters are 7 minimum. And I opened it up and I immediately recognized the name because I watch the rankings. I check the rankings sometimes to see what's going on. Aesop Rock sits at the top of Grand Arena rankings all of the time, like at the top of Kyber 1 all the time. If you look in there, it's going to be top 50, maybe. I mean, who knows? In Maw Chromium, let's just take a look at this roster. Every character at Relic 7 minimum, 14 million. 14 million Galactic Power on this roster. Let's go straight to the bottom of the roster, and there it is. Yes, every single character is at least Relic 7, and actually, the vast... well, okay, so almost all of them are at Relic 8. So let's go back up here. The only Relic 7 characters that I see, there could be some Relic 7 up that are higher, that are better. Ugnaught and Hoth Rebel Soldier, 2 completely useless characters, are Relic 7. Resistance Pilot is Relic 8. Resistance Trooper is Relic 8. I actually like Resistance Trooper. He's got some stuff going on. Cup is Relic 8. Jedi Counselor IG-86 is Relic 8. So the entire roster is basically Relic 8 on this account. And that's why this account sits at the top of Grand Arena. If we sort by speed, you're going to see some crazy speed on these characters. We see Spring there, Kylo Ren. I'm just going to look. Oh, he's modded for speed. So 32. Then we got a 27, a 26, a 24, a 26, and a 22. I mean, you're just going to see these kind of mods all across this roster. Who's the fastest character on this kind of roster? Tusken Chieftain is the fastest non-Galactic Legend character. We're sitting at 381 speed. We've got 25, 25, 40. I was expecting to see more like 30s in here, but you know what? Tusken Chieftain is making it happen on this roster. So there you go. This is one of the top, if not the top roster in the game. It's hard for me to imagine anybody has more of a complete roster than only 2 characters that... Oh, that's by speed. Hang on. But only 2 characters that are not Relic 8. Aesop Rocks, buddy, you're crushing it. I see at the top of Grand Arena all the time. This is if you want to have something that is your goal at the end of your days, here it is. Aesop Rocks. Does he have IG-12? Let me look at that Mandalorian. Is IG-12 already like Relic? Yep, Relic 8 on IG-12 with an Omicron, no less. Yeah, this is an expensive roster. The Aesop Rocks, you've got deep pockets. You're making it happen. Congratulations, buddy, and thanks for this 14 million. I don't think I know I haven't seen a 14 million roster before. So, hey everybody, Aesop Rocks is gonna wrap it up for us today here on Roster Mania. If you see some of those unique, crazy, maybe amazing, maybe even cheaterific type of rosters out there, please go to my Discord, go to the Roster Mania room. Put in a screenshot, an ally code, a brief description of what's going on, and maybe your next submission will make it onto Roster Mania. We will see you next time. Have a great day. I will talk to you soon, and always, of course, remember, Nooch too good.